Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like Dom singing. Blasting like bombs ringing.
What's up, fuckheads? I'm Devin. That is Zane, and this is Buffet Sports. We post every day, if not twice a day, on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you want to be a part of the content, go ahead and leave your comment down below. While you're down there, like the video if you like it. Of course, subscribe if you haven't. We're on our way to our first 1,000 subscribers. We're nearing 700. We're stuck at 696. Get in there. Be the difference. Gang tackle. Again, I'm Devin. That's Zane. And this is Buffet Sports. It's all you can eat. Let's jump in. So, where do you want to start with where do you want to start this week?
This is week 2 of fantasy recap. This was my idea. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm Arby's. I am winning 127-94 right now.
Which I don't know how.
I don't know how
Team's so shambles.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna be 2-0 coming out of this week, but let's walk through it.
Let's get into it.
Brock Purdy, they lost to the Vikings. Who saw that one coming?
We're going to recap them. We're going to recap each game.
That.
We'll recap some of the interesting games from this week, but
standouts for my team. Let's give a round of applause to Marvin Harrison Jr. It's tough for me sometimes as well. That tough love that you got to show players. It's tough for me to do it, but I needed to do that to get Marvin to where he needed to be. And I felt like I did my job successfully. So I'm going to take credit for Marvin's standalone success story, 2 TDs in the first 7 minutes of the game. I'm going to take a little bit of credit from that because I know what my players need. And I did the right thing. A huge shocker. Probably one of the biggest shockers is Las Vegas Rams versus the Raiders. We will get into it. But Devontae Adams had 26 points for me as well. So Marvin Harrison.
I needed that for one of my season bets. I needed that so badly for one of my season bets.
So Marvin dropping 31, Devontae Adams dropping 26, and then Jordan Mason. Without Jordan Mason on this team, we'd probably be in the dumps right now. So huge.
It'd be a lot closer of a game.
Yeah, huge shout out to Jordan. That was an auto pick, but hey, I love that you're on this team, Jordan. Let's keep going. Let's keep grinding together.
And then the absolute master class from Fairbairn tonight.
The MVP. Gosh. The MVP of my fantasy team. A man. We're definitely going to give him some bonuses. How do I say his name?
Baked in bonuses.
Yeah, I got some baked in bonuses. How do you say his name?
Kaimi
Fairbairn dropping me 20 points. Literally, he's getting the same amount of
50
points.
bombs. Literally just 50 bombs.
Yeah,
they look like chip shots, dude.
I know,
insane.
Dude. It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
He has the same because last week, I forgot what he had last week. Didn't he had like 15 points last week? Fairbairn,
yeah, bro,
however you say his last name, he is as productive as some of these running backs starting on people's teams right now.
Dude, because the Texans don't have to, they just need to get like their field goal range is across midfield.
Yeah. It's
like, think about that.
Insane.
They don't have to be like, if it's early in the game or it's mid game and they just need to get some points on the board and they need to go quick. As soon as they get across midfield, it's like, just get on the 40. And then if we come down to a fourth down, bro, just kick it. It's fine. We'll be fine.
Shoot, I really wish I had a football down here, but game ball goes to our kicker.
Holy
Fairbairn dropping me 20 points.
Kaimi.
Unless Dallas Goedert gets 30 points, I think this is a win for me in week 2. Yeah. But big update on the people that are injured. We got some more information. Njoku is now out for 3 to 4 weeks. Hollywood Brown, the man who was Hollywood Brown, people were questioning if he was going to play in week 1. No reaction to that?
What?
He's on IR now. So Hollywood Brown,
He's out for the year, dog.
He's out for the entire season. I know. So
I'm waiting for you to get to your point.
my point is that they were talking like he was going to be playing because in week 1 there was questions on whether or not he was going to suit up, and then it comes out that he was going to have surgery and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. All I have to say is, Andy, better not catch you walking down any streets. You best hope you don't see this face anywhere, Andy. I know you knew. That was a premium. I gave up. I took him like the 5th round here. It's out for the whole season. And then Puka Nacua on IR. He's going to be out for like a month. Be out for like a month.
I thought it was 8 weeks.
More than a month? 2 months?
Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was 8 weeks.
So this is my bench right now. Puka Nacua, Hollywood Brown, Jonathan Brooks, David Njoku, and now Joe Mix, who hurt his ankle. He was questionable.
He's fine. They missed a hip drop, though. They really missed a bad hip drop.
Yeah.
But he's fine. He played the rest of the game.
Cowboys D got shit on, but that's all.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it.
Me.
We're gonna talk about it.
That's
Go
my
ahead and
team.
give me my guys. All right. So we're obviously just gonna do the notable ones here, but starting off, rest in pepperonis, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
God bless him. God bless him. He's chalked. We're gonna talk about it. The MVP, baby. The MVP. Game ball. Alvin Kamara. 4 rub tugs, dude. 4 rub tugs.
4 under the table rub tugs, dude.
Dude, when I tell you, I came out of therapy today on my high horse, seeing that Alvin Kamara had 4 touchdowns. I couldn't tell you how excited I was. All right.
Not to mention, like, Saints. Whoa. Saints are
we're going to talk about
type of way. Yeah.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's get to the rest of your boys.
But Alvin Kamara today, 4 touchdowns, 20 attempts, 115 rushing yards. Absolute god tier. Alvin, thank you for being you. All right. That's enough appreciation sucking him off. Zach Charbonnet, way to pick it up. Ken Walker walks out. He's hurt. Throw Zach in there in the RB2 slot there. Cause I was looking at Rachaad White, which was a good play that I didn't, he was my flex, but I grabbed Zach for this exact moment for when Ken Walker goes down, he can carry the load. He did that. Awesome.
Yeah,
Michael
he did carry that load.
Michael, paying you a lot of money, Michael.
A lot of money, Michael.
I'm going to slit your Achilles if you continue to play this way.
A lot of money, Mike.
I don't know. I don't know whether to sell or not, but we're going to get to it because some options on my bench. But Michael, the film we got a lot of film to watch.
Around, Mike.
We got a lot of film to watch. Debo, trash game, 99% of the game, and then decided to come out towards the end, and played fantastically. So shout out Debo there. The Browns have decided to play football this week and have earned themselves a week 3 spot on the roster.
Get to buy groceries for another week, Browns.
And then the Brandon Aubrey masterclass, not quite Kaimi, but certainly something special. 17 points, back-to-back double-digit points. You know what? I'm going to go out and say it. Kicker's the new tight end.
Kicker's the new tight end.
Kicker's the new tight end.
It might be.
It kind of make or breaks. Like, if you don't have a good kicker in today's league, like in today's fantasy football, you're chalked.
Bro, I saw a video right before the season started saying, don't pick up a kicker. Kickers don't matter. They all finish within like 3 points of each other.
No, not true.
I don't know about you, but my kicker just dropped me 20 points.
Yeah, bro.
My kicker just dropped me 20 bones. That's what my kicker did.
Yeah. Look, okay, moving on now. Scroll down. We got some hopefuls. I should have played Dak. That's my fault. He's the highest paid athlete in the National Football League. I should have played him. He's going to be their starting quarterback going forward here. I'm going to be releasing Matt Stafford onto the streets soon. DJ Moore and Brian Thomas Jr. DJ Moore had a great game tonight. A lot of receptions. There's not many yards in there. It's more receptions. He's he's solidifying as the number 1 option for Caleb. Awesome to see.
Shake there though. Couple of plays.
Yeah, I liked it. Brian Thomas Jr., 2 weeks in a row, double-digit points, looking to be potentially wide receiver 2, flex if Michael Pittman continues to just shit the bed. So one of those two will be in the starting lineup next week.
He's a
I
good
think I'm going to
rookie.
lean Brian Thomas Jr., to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I think I
Brian's
might lean.
Brian, you're looking fantastic out there.
Rashad White, 3 points, unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Absolutely unacceptable. Out of my one keeper that I kept, but I understand. You're playing the Lions. You're playing the Lions. I understand. There it is. Alvin Kamara, God
We're
bless him. Four
still
touchdowns.
talking. Hey, we're still keeping Hawk. We're hoping for a big Hawk when he comes back.
He's yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be streaming tight ends week to week. If Fergie is probably gonna be out for at least 3 weeks, Hawkinson's gonna be out till week 8. I don't have anyone else that's really like Taysom Hill has a question is questionable, which is
Mhm.
I mean, Superman had to hit him for him to be
Yeah.
questionable. But I don't
Got
really
hit by
have
a
any.
car on his way to the stadium.
Yeah, I don't have anyone else that really is going to take up that spot. I'm fine with keeping Fergie there because he'll be kind of week to week, I have a feeling. And so I'll be streaming tight ends until then. I might as well keep Hawk for a boom latter half of the year. The Vikings offense looks respectable. So it's even more reason for me. They add another weapon to where Jay Jettis is going to be pulling a lot of defenses. Hawk has an opportunity to go off in the latter
Oh
half of the
yeah.
year. So I'm going to keep him
Oh
for
yeah.
now.
Okay. Of the
Let's get into
games.
a little recap here. Yeah.
Okay. You let me know
So
the games. I'll click on them.
yeah. Let's just start with Raiders Ravens because I have a lot of thoughts
Ooh.
with this. I have a lot of thoughts with this. Um, Now I don't know who your white man of the week is. Depending on who your white man of the week is, I have two honorable mentions I'd really like to throw in the ring.
Okay.
Okay. My first, I won't, we'll wait to white man of the week for me to throw my honorable mentions in, but Gardner, 30 for 38,
Woo.
276 passing yards, one touchdown, one interception, beating the Ravens. The Ravens start out 0-2. This is what I was talking about here. This is why, to me, that Chiefs game was a must win. Now, I understand it was, I didn't watch this game, but it seemed from the outside looking in at just the box score and like keeping up with the game that it was just choppy. Today in general, this is the most flags I've ever seen in a single Sunday. I feel like ever. This was the
There
most
was a lot. Yeah, there was
there.
a
It,
lot.
it was terrible. It's early season, granted, but it was just so bad. But this is what I'm talking about for the Ravens. I'm not going to say that the Raiders shook their confidence, but how much of this is
The Chiefs shook their confidence.
no, I know. I'm not going to say that the Raiders shook their confidence,
Oh,
but
oh,
how
okay.
much of this is the Chiefs beating them and then them being so pissed off they can't get anything done. This is why it was a must win for me because then this hangs over your head the whole year and you're trying to force stuff. You're trying to do things that's not you. And I feel like that's the trajectory the Ravens are heading down. Can they course correct? Of course. They've got the captain of the ship in Harbaugh that can do that. But this to me is a huge loss early in the year to an AFC team that they should have obliterated.
Yeah, I don't know because Raiders also pulled off an incredible win against the Chiefs last year. So Raiders just might be that kind of football team that can do
Sure.
that, that can put in some work when you're playing these top dogs. That's what I'm gonna go with because I mean Gardner had an amazing
But
game.
look down the line though, they're not beating them running. Like it's literally
Yeah, you're
just
right.
like it's they're not beating
Yeah,
them
they ran
rushing,
the
which is
ball.
usually what you see. You usually see like, okay, they just ran the ball down their throat, they controlled the clock. They didn't. What do they have time of possession there?
I can scroll down for
Probably not because this is just box score. No, but it's fine. If you click on team stats, they probably have it there. But yeah, I don't know. This just it doesn't seem good to me. It seems like the Ravens are a little bit shell shocked, and I hope they come out next week and fix it. We'll talk about them in the predictions, but next one I want to look at, um, let's talk about it quick.
Oh,
Viking. Okay.
really quick. Upside Brock Bowers, baby.
Oh
What
yeah.
did, yeah, what I said with the draft, upside Brock Bowers. That was a good pick if I would have taken him.
What did he end up having?
I think it
Five
was
and
16 points. I think he
scroll
had
down.
16 points.
9 and 98. So he
Yeah.
had almost 19.
Yeah, almost 19, basically 10 yards per catch. I mean, upside Brock Bowers. That's a great. I wish I had him. I wish I took
If
him
he
down there.
continues, if he continues, but Definitely a boom game for him.
Oh yeah. Okay. Vikings, San Francisco.
Vikings, San Francisco. Let's talk about this because Sam Darnold looks great.
Oh my God. Yes, he does. 23-17 victory for the Vikings.
17 to 26, 268, two touchdowns, one interception. Interceptions early year this year, a lot of them. lot of them.
Oh yeah.
We got like a lot of ton of them. But either way, Sam Darnold, it just goes to prove you put a guy, situation matters. That's what
Yeah.
this comes down
I mean,
to.
this was a top a first round pick.
He was I think he was in the top 3. So
Yeah.
I mean, going to the Panthers, it just shows you like, and we'll talk about this a little bit with the Panthers game, but I feel so bad for Bryce because Sam Darnold finally gets out from under there. He goes to the Niners for a year. He doesn't even really he plays one game, but he's just in the building,
Yeah.
right, as a backup, and it changes his entire outlook. They were talking about it during the broadcast of just how his mindset switch was and what working hard looks like and all the things of being that guy. And then you get him with a Kevin O'Connell who knows what he's doing. Situation matters, and it's going to be really rough. It gives me a lot of pause for Caleb because he's stuck with a defensive head coach.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking about defensive head coaches, we got to talk about Texas with CJ. So there is a little bit of hope
But
for
they have an
Caleb.
amazing OC who could have taken a head coaching job and
And he
didn't.
decided to say, yeah. Yeah, I will say, I mean, it definitely helps having Jay Jettas on your team to
Yeah,
catch them balls.
133.
Yeah, 133 from
What was it?
him.
4 receptions?
Yeah, it was
Four
another Randy
receptions.
Moss stat line. Okay,
Yeah,
it was
4
another.
receptions, 133 and a tug. Jesus.
Yeah, it was another 97 was his long today.
Yeah,
97
and that's
yards.
the other thing too. Watching the game, it's not like Sam Darnold's getting layups. He's putting the ball where it needs to go.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
His physicals were never in question. It was more of his like mental attributes, and so good for him.
And
Clap it
what
up
about
for
a
Sam.
yeah, a quick question about JJ though. Now with Sam moving like he is, I mean, is there questions like maybe JJ's not going to be that guy?
No, what questions what this brings up for me is I'm not even thinking about JJ right now because he's a bust. What I'm looking at with the Vikings is this a playoff team? Because
Ooh,
the Packers without Jordan Love for
yeah,
the next couple weeks could drop a couple games and that could be the deciding factor
yeah,
when it
yeah,
comes down the line, especially in the NFC where you can sneak into 7 or 8 with a 9-8 win team if the conference is bad enough. I think the Vikings will be better than that, but this might be a playoff team that we're
yeah,
looking at.
and they'll get Hawk back too. So I mean, I don't hate the idea. I don't
I
hate
don't
the
either.
idea.
Aaron Jones, like
Aaron Jones,
this could potentially be a playoff team.
yeah, love it. What's the next
Um,
one?
Next one we got to talk about them. Saints boys. Holy
Saints
shit
boys.
balls. The New Orleans Saints and Derek Carr look like
They're looking pretty crazy right now.
they look insane right now. 11 for 16. He threw 16 passes and wound up with 243,
Yeah.
dog.
They look
243, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like we talked
beating
about
the
Alvin
beating the
Kamara.
Cowboys 44-19.
Yeah, 44-19. Alvin Kamara, of course, went crazy. 4 touchdowns in that game. Rashid Shaheed, 4 receptions for 96, a real Randy Moss type stat line. Chris Olave, 4 for 81. Derek Carr's got his swagger back, baby.
Yeah,
And
bro,
that
he's
defense, bro, that defense is so good. That defense is so good.
and he's sending those things deep, brother. He's sending them deep and it's working.
Bro, bombs,
He's
bombs.
throwing.
Rashid Shaheed is that guy. When it comes to deep balls, bro, best deep ball threat like right now in the league.
Oh yeah, 100%. They were looking absolutely insane.
They manhandled them. They manhandled the
And we were
Cowboys.
talking so much crap because it's like, it's against the Panthers. I mean, after defeating the Cowboys, maybe it
Yeah.
isn't because they were playing the Panthers. Maybe this is just what they
Bro,
are.
this division all of a sudden took a turn.
I know they're 2-0. They're 2-0. The Cowboys are 1-1.
Dude, this division took a turn. We have the Bucks out of it, which we're going to talk about that game next. But we got the Bucks out of it, and we got and now potentially the Saints. Like this division took a complete 180. So that's a
Yeah.
good segue into Bucks Lions because this is a game we absolutely have to talk about.
Oh yeah.
because what does this mean? Like, does it like I don't know
Beating
what
the
to say.
Lions, I did. Hey, I called that. I called that, but I was not confident in my prediction of like, yeah, let's go Bucks over the Lions.
20-16, it wasn't like it was a gritty game. It was a gritty game, close game. They hung in there. They had composure. Baker looked great, 12 for 19, 185. Not crazy stats, but does the job. Chris Godwin went bananas.
Oh my
Um,
God. Let's take a second and look at Jared Goff's stats right now.
yeah, bro.
34 for 55 compared to what
55
Baker did.
passes.
Comparing
55
that,
passes.
yes,
He
bro.
threw the rock 55 times.
Yeah, for 307. But compared to like if you're looking at the stats and you're like, oh yeah, obviously Detroit
But
won.
no,
He threw
look at
for
it. Two
307.
interceptions. But
Yeah,
he threw
two
two
interceptions.
interceptions. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm. Those
Bro.
takeaways, we talked about it with the Packers. I mean, if you can't flip and score, or if you can't take advantage of those takeaways, it's gonna be a hard time. The Bucks, obviously, I am assuming, took advantage of those takeaways.
Yeah, dude, I mean, 20-16, it was a triple digit day for all the stars in the league. I feel like I saw 100 rushing yards, 100 passing yard, like, or receiving yards all over the league
Yeah,
today.
there is, I mean, very small problem with Baker Mayfield rushing more than your number one RB.
Yeah.
Small problem. You know, he's
Yeah.
got their, yeah,
But that's the thing, though. And that's why, and I said this during the draft. That's why why I kept Rashad, because it's a PPR league, and that's what he's good for.
yeah.
He's not going to be the guy that rushes for anything more than 60 yards. It's all going to be catch and run, screen game, bubble, all that. But shout out to the Bucks. We were questioning, what like. I mean, just clap
Yeah,
it
we
up.
we were questioning what they were gonna be, and they look fantastic. All right, do you
Hmm.
have I have a game I want to talk about.
Okay, go.
Let's go over the Cincinnati versus the Chiefs.
Yes, yeah. And then I have one
Chiefs
more
pull
after
out
this.
a big one, winning 26-25 with a field goal at the very end of the game to win them the game. I was
Bengals, no mental
so
discipline.
I was so flippin' pissed off because I called it. I was like, Joey's gonna make some noise. I know I'm stealing your thing, but Joey's gonna make some noise, and he almost did, dude. Flipping Harrison Butker. Taylor Swift's
No,
in the house.
no, it wasn't Harrison Butker. It was the Bengals defense that had that bailed the Chiefs out on 4th and 14. And this one wasn't a refs just gave him the call. It was a clear PI. He was early to the ball. Mental discipline just took off too early.
But yeah,
It bailed him out.
I know that penalty really sucked, but I mean the Bengals defense did have Patrick's number this game. Patrick
Oh
threw
yeah. Dude, that
18 for 25.
interception.
Oh yeah.
Watch that. Did you see that? One
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah,
Dude, that
one-handed
was
catch. They had his
nuts.
number, 18 for 25, 151 yards, two TD passes, but also two interceptions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, they did get back up on that horse real quick, like I was saying they were going to.
And one thing I didn't realize too is they're without T. Higgins right now.
Yeah.
For some reason it didn't click in my head. The tight ends looked really good, which has been something that Cincinnati has been talking about and saying they want to do for the last like 3 years, that they want to get the tight ends more involved. And they're now forced to because they're without T. Higgins,
Mhm.
which if they're able to continue that once he returns, that can pay huge dividends down the stretch. Once you get tight ends involved, and they don't have like a number one tight end, they have two really solid tight ends.
Yeah, giving up Joe Mixon though, and then you get Zach Moss. Zach Moss gets
Ugh.
12 carries for 34 yards compared to what Joe Mixon did last week. I
Yeah.
mean, oof, I don't know how that's going to work out.
But
But they
the
almost.
Bengals receiving core, they have some
Mhm.
promising pieces there. I mean, Jamar Chase, dud of a
Mhm.
game, 4 for 35. He was frustrated. He was super frustrated the whole game. You could just see it. And obviously him and Joe have a special connection, but it really looked like he was put to the test today. And it really looks like Jamar is done. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with the contract situation.
Oh,
But
100%.
you had some really great stuff come out of it, though.
Yeah, Big Mike.
Um, Mike Gesicki, 7 for 91, looked, I mean, some great most of that was one big catch that
Yeah.
he had that was a
But
deep ball.
showing that the other guys on your team can play, especially against this Kansas City defense, I mean, it definitely gives you confidence. I know they're 0-2 right now,
Yeah.
but I mean, against the Chiefs, they almost won that flipping game.
Yeah, there's no moral victory though when you're playing the Chiefs and you're Joe Burrow,
Mm.
unfortunately. But and then you had they said his name so many times during the broadcast, and I can't replicate it now. But Andre down there, 2 receptions, seven
Yeah.
yards, 2 touchdowns.
Hell
He
yeah.
he was their pick this year. He was their
Yeah.
first round pick, I believe. So they've got some promising things to look forward to. Some other options that'll take over that Tyler
Yeah,
Boyd role for
they
the
have
time being, since he's out
yeah,
or
red
since
zone
he's
target.
in
Yeah, he left.
Tennessee. Yeah.
Red zone target when Jamar Chase is getting shut down. I mean, they're looking up. They're looking up. Okay, what's the next game we're going to?
Last one, I want to just, and we don't even have to pull the stats up here, but Cardinals Rams. Let's talk about it somewhat. 41-10, just rip for the Rams, man. I called it early year injuries.
Yeah.
41-10. Puka went down last week. Cooper Cup goes down this week. It looked like it sounded like from Adam Schefter, it was something minor, but he left the game in a boot. So that's never promising. That's never good. So I don't know from a fantasy perspective. I don't know if there's anything worthwhile there. Rip Matthew Stafford. He got 1 year of glory. But Kyler Murray, 7 for 21, 266, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Shout out.
Hell of a
Uh,
game for Marvin too.
and then yeah,
But
Marvin.
four receptions. You got it?
4 receptions, 130, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Most of
Randy
that
Moss
came
stat line
most of that came
in the
in
first
the
quarter.
first 7 minutes of that
7 minutes.
game.
Yeah. Crazy game. Connor, another 100 piece there.
I know
21 carries,
I hate him so much.
122 yards, 1 touchdown. James Conner. This is what I was talking about though. I think this is the ceiling. Like this is obviously the Rams were stuttering on offense because they don't have their guys, but that doesn't take away from they're not playing the Rams offense. They're playing the Rams defense.
Mhm.
So, maybe the score is different if the Rams have all their weapons, but their ceiling is 41. Like this
Yeah.
is what they potentially can go out and do. And this is the world where, the Cardinals are a playoff team.
Yeah, I mean, very true. The Rams looked great last week, and then they just got obviously their offense couldn't get going. But I mean, Cardinals were still playing the Rams defense. That looked great against Detroit.
All
Alrighty.
right, there it is. We have one game left. Falcons, Eagles. The funniest thing was I was literally upstairs doing dishes right before we got into this, and I'm sitting there washing the dishes. I'm like, bro, why did I not hear about Kirk today? Or what about Saquon? Like, did they not play? Did they have a bye in week 2? Oh, they're Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
They're Monday Night Football. That makes complete sense. So we got that one more game there. We did terrible this week. I have 6. I predicted 6
we
games
didn't
right.
do.
You had 5. We are on track though, 2 for 2 for primetime games. So we'll see what happens in the Eagles Falcons game. We both have the Eagles picked. I think that one will go our way as well. But I will. It looks like I will come out of this week no matter what the winner. So bounce back week for me.
Yeah, this was the week of upsets. That's what it was.
Hell yeah, it was.
All right, switching over to we got the picture back, everybody. We got the picture back. White man of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It was a tough one this week. There was a lot of spectacular boys. I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I think I'm going to announce the winner, then talk about what they did.
Okay.
The main reason why I am doing this is because it is a hard name, and I don't know if I'm going to get it correct. Kaimi Fairbairn.
Very rare.
Fairbairn. Hitting a 59-yard field goal today. And that wasn't the only one. He had, I want to say, 2 more or 1 more 50-yarder in there. He set a record in 6 quarters of the 2024 NFL season. He has hit 5 50-plus yard field goals, smashing whatever record was set before. He is the only guy to have that many 50-yarders in the first flipping 6 quarters. Absolutely insane, Mr. Fairbairn. Clap it up, clap it up. Let me switch over so he can get his glory. There he is. There's the man. Now, here's the question.
I was going to say.
Here's the question. What are we thinking?
I was going to say.
Is he eligible for this award? I don't know.
I think he might be 50%
Maybe
eligible.
maybe he's tan. He's a really tan guy.
I think he's mixed based on the name. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say he's either Islander or of Asian descent. But so I mean we'll go with it.
Yeah, you can get you. Yeah, you can have the reward. Fair Bard, however you say your name, it's incredibly hard to say. Congratulations on receiving the most prestigious award available that the NFL can give, White Man of the Week.
I gotta throw one honorable mention in
Yeah,
here. We're
throw him in.
both thinking the same way. Austin Siebert. I will put him in here, right here. Another kicker. The Commanders. We whiffed on this game as a whole, but the Commanders Giants game ended today 21-18. And do you know who scored all 21 mother points for the Commanders? Was Austin Siebert. He had 7 field goals today.
Jesus.
7. He scored 21 points by himself.
Oh, he beat my kicker. He beat my guy, huh?
Not in depth, but definitely in points. He put up 21 by himself today. Just shout
Yeah,
out to him.
depth,
That's absolutely
super important.
insanity, bro. Absolute
Absolute
insanity.
insanity.
Commanders put up 0 touchdowns. This man said,
Hell yeah.
I'll do it. I'll
Yeah, I'll
do
do
it
it.
myself. And he
Yeah.
beat the Giants by himself. That's how bad they are. We picked this game terribly.
But
But
yeah,
shout out to Mandos.
this is the stat through 6 quarters this season. He has done that, which is absolutely outstanding. And
59-56, dude. Oh my
59,
Lord.
56. And his longest is a 61.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
This guy,
God.
and he's got leg on all of them. That's the thing.
Yes, bro.
It's not like he's dinking them in. Like he's got like 4 or 5 more yards in him every time he boots one.
He's got more inches in him. If he need be. If he need be.
And he's in the perfect place to do it. And he's in Houston, which is a indoor stadium, completely enclosed. He doesn't have to deal with wind, bro. It's chip shots. But you know what's even wilder is he does this away as well. It's not like it's just at home. He does this away in
absolute
elements.
animal. Absolute animal with a leg on him. A third leg the size of Texas on him. Absolutely insane. Sending him down the field, the pitch. Sending him down the pitch.
Another 50-yarder, I said. Another 50-yarder. Absolute brilliance out of his foot. Another 50-yarder.
He is a dog. And you know what? They're eating the dogs.
Wow.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets.
You don't see the irony in this, I don't think yet, do you?
I don't. What's the irony?
You know, we were questioning if his eligibility.
Whose eligibility?
Kaimi. And then you said he's
Oh.
eating the dogs.
Oh. 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 Yeah. 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 That was. Yeah, there's a lot of irony there that I didn't really see when I said that. Oh. We'll catch you after the break. All right, I am covering this picture for a reason. Let me stand closer. I'm covering this picture for a reason. We love Will Levis on this show. I think that's I love Will Levis on this show. I did not watch or see any news about Will Levis this week, so I was like, oh, we're gonna leave him out this week until Devin has pulled up a gem of Will Levis being the animal that we love in Will Levis.
This guy doesn't fucking miss, dude.
The animal we love. And this week, he is a frog.
Bro, how does he do it? He doesn't miss, dude.
Coming off of last week, too, he's like getting sacked and he throws a pick. Bro, I don't think anything can shake his confidence. Bro, after last week, I would have thought he would be like, okay, just stand in the pocket, throw the ball away. And then we get this. We get this after last week's game. Bro, I so wish we had the video to see how this unfolded to where he is now splayed out like a frog passing the ball.
How do you do that?
Hey, he's different breed. Different breed.
Like, how do you do that? How do you get in
Different.
that position?
The gears that turn in Will Levis's brain are different than ours, okay? We can't understand.
I just want to know how you get into that position. How you do
Because
that?
he's not getting tackled, by the way. So he's in the pocket, obviously, running.
He's chosen to do this. He's not getting tackled.
Maybe he's tripping, he's falling. I don't know how it happened, but hey, I am so glad that it did happen. Let's go, Will. Well, if I had my way,
Oh,
you might win White Man of the Week every fucking week. I'm gonna be honest.
no, the White Man of the Week trophy is his head, dude.
Yeah, bro. If we ever make a trophy, it's literally just gonna be like a regular trophy, but just with a face mold of his head. Holy shit, dude.
I just don't know how. Like, I gotta find the video of how this happened. If I can and I can put it in here, I will.
I'll
Because
try and find it too.
I need to know how he got into this predicament that he's in this fucking picture. It's so
I can
funny.
guess. I can guess. So what happened is took the snap, he fumbled it, picked it back up, threw it off a defender's head. It gets picked off. He goes, punches the corner that picked him off, grabs the ball back, still within the tackles, by the way. He's still within the tackles. So he's allowed to throw it. And then wow, after punching the man, when he's turning around, he slips on a jar of mayonnaise, throws the ball.
Oh my God, I was crying, dude. I'm sweating.
Bro,
Holy shit.
bro, he's got to have the best pictures ever of any dude.
At the end of this year, we just need to get we just
A
need to get a
collage.
compilation of
We'll
just
do a presentation of Will Levis.
of Will Levis' best moments, dude. Holy Moses. Holy I can't keep it together, dude. I just keep thinking, dude, why are his legs like that? Okay. Holy fuck. Okay.
I don't get it, but I mean, hey,
Funny.
no.
All right. This next part of the show is called Boom or Bust.
Oh,
Where I give Zane 10 boom or bust scenarios and he has to pick one for boom and one for bust, or just pick what it is. Again, I'm Devin. That's Zane. This is Buffet Sports. Let's fucking into it. First one. Tua Tagovailoa should retire. Boom or bust.
you're such a piece of garbage. What's funny is because you're laughing because of Will Levis, but people aren't gonna know that. People are just gonna think you're laughing at him. You're laughing at Tua. That's what's hilarious about this.
Oh.
Let's go. I'm gonna go bust Will Levis. I'm gonna go bust Tua Tagovailoa should retire. I think it should be.
What did you just say?
I think it's bust Tua Tagovailoa should retire.
Vialagaloa?
Yeah, Vialagaloa. I think it's a bust that he should
It's
retire.
a bust. You think he should keep playing? Dude,
Well,
that
here's the
man
thing.
deserves a Purple Heart. He's given everything to that team.
Now, don't you start. Don't you start. He has given everything to that team.
Yeah, I'm being serious. He's giving fucking everything to that team. He needs to
He really has.
he needs to quit while he's ahead, dude. Well, no, not even ahead, just while he still has a head.
That's not funny.
That's not funny. Sorry.
No, I think it should be up to the doctors, and then I think it should be his decision. I know he's a competitor, so I think
Yeah.
he will come back unless the doctors say, "Hey, you're going to not
Permanent
be able to
CTE.
walk. You're not going to be able to."
Permanent CTE.
Hey, in 6 months, if you get another concussion, you're going to be going 110 on the highway. You know, if the doctors say that, he should not come back. But if the doctors don't say that, he should be allowed to play. Let the man play.
On a more serious note, there's no way that the NFL doesn't put some sort of like thing in to where if you get X amount of concussions in a year, you're cooked. Like you're toast, you're done for the year. There's no way that they don't do that after him.
She was the Shaq of getting hurt. Changing the rules for him. I mean, I think on a serious note, after we're done, I mean, it's because of Will. Okay, this is all Will's fault that we're giddy about this serious topic. It's all Will's fault. But on a serious note, I think there should be, after what we've seen, and maybe it's just because when he gets a concussion, it looks like terrible. Like
Well, because it
has
gets worse every time. Your
yeah,
brain
and
isn't the same
he
after
like
every
shuts off
concussion.
in like his hand,
He
but
gets
like
into the
other
fencing position, yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of people that get concussions and don't get knocked out, but I don't
Well,
know
but
if
that's
that's
the
just
thing.
him or if it's because those concussions are that
Well,
bad.
after you have your first major concussion, it's I mean, it's just like re-injuring anything else, but we're talking about your brain. Like if you
Yeah.
have a major concussion and you seriously injure your brain and then you do it multiple times, it only gets worse. Your brain doesn't recover like a bone or a muscle does. It's literally 70% water. It's not going to like it doesn't bounce back the same way. You can
I'm thinking about the clip of me telling him to hydrate right now.
I know. That's what I was thinking about. No, but for real, the more concussions you have, just the worse it gets. You can ask Matthew Cavanaugh, bro.
Yeah, we can ask a lot of people here. I don't
Um,
know. I think
I really think I personally, if it's me, I retire. If it's me and I want to have, he's got
does he
two
get
kids.
okay, not funny, does he get to keep the money?
No. If he
No.
retires, no. If the doctors never clear him, yes.
Ooh,
Mhm.
ooh. I mean, I'm sure he's fine and well off anyways, but anyways, let's get in there.
Yeah. Okay. Boom or bust. Derek Carr finishes in the top 5 for MVP voting this year.
Oh, oh, you're throwing this to me at week 2 after those 2 games, huh?
Yeah.
God, you're making it hard. That's not what a girl has ever said. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, let's go boom for that. Let's say that
Boom.
the Saints
Top 5.
continue. Let's
Okay.
say the Saints continue going a little playoff run. Let's go top 5. Let's go boom.
Okay. Boom. Um, after this week's loss from the Broncos, boomer bust Travis Hunter is a Bronco come June of next year.
Let's go bust. Let's go bust on
Bust?
that. Yeah. He doesn't get Travis Hunter doesn't get the pick where he goes.
No, but we get to pick where he goes if we're high enough.
That is true. Oh God, yeah, you're right. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with a bust.
Bust.
Yeah, he
You
doesn't
think
look like a
either you
Bronco.
think we're gonna bounce back or you think there's someone else we're gonna take?
I think there's somebody else you're gonna take. And
Okay.
his name rhymes with Lemore.
Shador.
Landers.
I,
Lemore
I
Landers. His name rhymes with that.
I could not if I will literally I think I would burn everything I have if Shador Sanders was my quarterback. I think I'd burn every set of Broncos apparel I have. No, I'm dead ass. I just ordered 3 sweatshirts.
Bro, I think every Christmas, every birthday, if he was the starting QB for the Broncos, it would just be another Shador Sanders Broncos jersey. For
Jersey
every
shirt.
for every gift that I had to give you, it would just be a different jersey.
Boom or bust. After the week 2 win for the Steelers, does Justin Fields start again in week 3? Boom or bust?
Yeah, see, I knew that was coming because I said no, no way. But ever since I said that, I've been hearing a lot more rumors about him just taking the job away from Russ.
He looks great. He looked really good today. Granted, our defense is really good and they played better in the second half. Pat Surtain had a dog shit game versus Pickens. I'll admit that. He looked terrible against Pickens today and Pickens looked really good. But Justin made some great throws today. Like there was one specifically end zone throw just on a fade. It was a mismatch 100%, but great placement on the ball, great zip. He had one and I'll throw it in here if I can find it. Where it ended up getting called back, but he scrambles out of the pocket and literally throws a dot in between 2 defenders, literally in the bread basket. Like it was literally the window had to have been like this big, dude, like
Yeah,
literally a foot that he put this ball into to
he
George
sunk
Pickens
that baby.
down the sideline, 30 yards. It ends up getting called back. I'll put it in here, like I said, if I
Yeah.
can. But he looked really good. He looked
I'll
so
say
much
this.
calm.
I'll say this. Thinking about coaches, thinking about that team and their culture, Mike Tomlin, he's a player's coach. You know, people love playing for him. So do I think that Mike Tomlin is walking around the locker room? He's asking everybody, like, hey, who do you guys like? Who are you winning over? And you have Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Russell Wilson could win over any locker room ever.
No.
I don't even think he won over the Seahawks locker room. So
Yeah, he didn't win over either of the locker rooms he's played in.
Going based on that logic that Mike Tomlin is a player's coach and he does like to, oh God, I was going to say please his players, but he does listen to them. They have a lot of input. I'm actually going to go boom now. I'm going to go boom for Justin Fields being the starter. Because that's something I didn't really think about. Is like, hey, if everybody likes him and nobody really kind of likes Russ, nobody likes that Russ was injured, but he had full face paint on and he was in full uniform taking snaps to see if he could play in week 1 and the doctors weren't out on the field. I don't think anybody really liked that. So I'm gonna go boom here.
And they're 2-0.
Yeah, they're 2-0.
They're 2-0 in a division where the Ravens are 0-2, the Browns are 1-1, and the Bengals are 0-2. They're the best team in the division right now.
They are
in week 2.
It's crazy that they got rid of Matt Canada, but really scoring wise, like I didn't look in the stats and the yardage, but their offense kind of like is moving the same as when they did with Matt Canada. They're not scoring.
It's going to take it's going to take time. I would suspect that during OTAs and preseason, Russ had majority of the starter snaps. So there's probably still some timing stuff that Justin's figuring out. And also Justin is in a situation now that's stable for the first time ever. And there's some learning curve with that and not having to go to the sideline and deal with a coach who doesn't know what he's doing. Mike Tomlin, even in the most stressful moment of that game today, smiling, joking, laughing, like with his guys. So I think it's a boom as well. It's prediction time. This is conviction predictions. We have 4 primetime games, a Thursday night, a Sunday night, and a doubleheader on Monday because one game of football on a Monday is not good enough. Okay. And then we've got a myriad of our rapid fire games, and we have none that are really that interesting outside of the we've got one. We'll talk about one game that's not the prime time. So starting off on Thursday night, Pats, Jets. Give me your pick and then let's talk about it.
I almost was very happy because Titans almost beat the Jets. Jets did, for some reason, they just didn't look like they did versus the 49ers. It's very crazy, but they still pulled out the win. This is the Patriots we're talking about here. I mean, they had one good win over the Bengals. I think it's pretty easy to go with A-Rod over there in New York. I think it's pretty easy going with the Jets. I mean, if the Patriots could do it twice, 2 upsets, I mean, might have to start talking about playoff contentions.
Yeah, if they could do that, and this is an in-division game too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why this is prime time, to be completely honest. Not really sure why this is prime time.
Unless they just want Aaron in primetime games.
Unless it's script and like Jacoby Brissett is gonna like roll his ankle this week in practice and Drake May's gonna play.
Oh yeah.
That could be script.
That could be it. Yeah, but I just think they love having Aaron. Like, just give them all the primetime games.
Which, you know what, since we're talking about the game, during the Niners game, I didn't see him play Tennessee today, but during the Niners game, he looked old for the first time ever. He did not look nimble. Like, he didn't look comfy. And I know that the Jets' offensive line is their problem, so that's a part of it, but he didn't look fluid. There's, like, you can tell there's still, there's a step missing from the Achilles.
Yeah, I would say that when he rolls out, it looks a little.
His gait's not the same.
Yeah, but it's also it's a combination of the Achilles and just his age, dude. He's so flipping old. But
that's what I'm saying. This is the first time I've ever like watched Aaron Rodgers and been like, oh, whoa, that's not the guy I know.
He can still sling it though. Still sling it.
Yeah, arm's still there, but
still great at putting balls deep in the field.
Not there.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one we'll talk about. Texans Vikings. This is an oddly interesting game for week 3. I wouldn't have picked this game if you would have told me in the when preseason started that the Vikings and Texans were going to be coming into week 3 playing each other 2-0, both of them 2-0, I wouldn't believe you. And then if you told me that it was going to be a good game, I definitely wouldn't believe you. But I think this has the capacity in Minnesota to
Yeah.
be a good game. This is an indoor stadium, so
Oh, wait.
I
Indoor is what my kicker likes to hear. All
I
right.
know. I'm still leaning Texans, but I think this is if the spread is 2.5, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it definitely did not look like a great game until the flipping Vikings knocked off the 49ers today. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this is going to be a great game. It's going to be fantastic watching these two quarterbacks go
Right.
back and forth here with their offenses. I'm going to go upset. I'm going to go upset. I'm saying Vikings go
You're going
3-0.
Vikes?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going Vikings
I
go
don't
3
hate
and
it.
0.
I don't hate it. And look, that's the other thing too, is I feel like in the media this week we might hear like because the Vikings beat them, like, well, they didn't have Christian. Well, Jordan Mason is not a scrub. We saw
Yeah, Jordan
that
Mason is the dog.
week 1, we saw it. You can't say that he's a scrub or he's like a 2, like he's a bell cow. We saw
Yeah.
it. We saw the capacity. So against a great defense. So oddly interesting game there. I don't hate the Vikings pick there, but I'm glad I'm on the Texans side here. I believe in CJ and Fairbairn.
Yeah, I believe
Um,
in them too. I'm just predicting an upset, you know.
there you go. The next Brian, well, we're heading to Sunday night.
Sunday
Okay,
night.
Chiefs Falcons. I don't think this is going to be much of a game, but we got to talk about it here. You predicted a Chiefs slump. Do you want it still after pulling out the upset against not upset, but
It was almost a Chiefs slump, okay?
not an upset, but the comeback win from the Chiefs? Do you want to stick with your pick or and go Falcons here, or does the Kirko Atlanta not work for you
Well,
anymore?
here's the problem. I don't know which one makes me look more like a doofus. If I switch it to Chiefs and then they lose, I'm a giant doofus. But if I go again, they're gonna have a slump and then they win, I'm still a doofus. So I don't know which one to go here to kind of pull myself out of this
You
hole that
set
I've dug
yourself up for
myself in.
failure.
Yeah, I dug myself into a
You know the
hole.
right answer.
Let's go, Kirko, baby. Let's go,
Oh,
Kirko.
he's
I
sticking with it. He feels it in his Johnson.
There's things in my brain that can't be explained, and the Chiefs having a slump in the beginning of the season is one of them, and I believe in it. They're
Okay.
going to lose to Kirko.
I think they're taking this year very seriously. This is the best team they've had, oddly enough, in the last
Yes,
2 Super
yes.
Bowls.
Every time you start talking about the Chiefs, it's just like, yes, they look flipping amazing. They look
It
awesome.
they're going to be a man down without Isaiah, I think. Now, it is Isaiah Pacheco, and he has marbles in his head, so he could return within a week. Okay. But most likely there'll be a man down. Travis Kelsey. I think what the slump is, what you feel in your Johnson is the Travis Kelsey slump that starts the year out.
Yeah,
Like Travis Kelsey until like week 8, he's just another guy. He's a jag.
yeah.
He's just another guy on the roster. And then week 8 hits, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Travis Kelsey."
I don't
You
know
know,
what it is that's tingling around in my Johnson, but my Johnson is tingling. So there's something there.
it might be chlamydia. Um, So I'm going Chiefs, you're going Falcons on Sunday night. Now we've got the Monday night double header, and this is going to be fun. We're going to start with this one here because it's the least interesting of the two. Bengals Commanders. We get to see Jaden Daniels in prime time. Bengals 0-2, Commanders 1-1. Uh, can their kicker do it again? Because we have seen now the Bengals have terribly slow starts in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
They're coming off of a very demoralizing loss from Patrick Mahomes. They lost to the Pats in week 1. This has all the makings for a primetime upset. But ultimately, what's your pick?
I don't know if the Commanders can keep winning with their kicker scoring all the points. I don't know if they could do that. And I do believe in the Bengals. I like the Bengals. I like the way Joe Burrow looks. All right. That's not racist. I just like his hair. I'm going Bengals.
I'm going Bengals as well. Bounce
We're
back game for them. They're gonna come out of week 3, 1-2. Huge. I think this is gonna be a massive game for Jamar Chase. The Commanders just don't
oh
have
yeah.
the defensive, they don't have the pieces to make that work. And maybe we'll see flashes from Zach Moss, but ultimately I see a triple-digit game from Jamar. I'm gonna just say it right
Yeah. Yeah,
now. Book it.
I'm predicting huge game from Jamar. Being this frustrated this week, huge game.
We had the more interesting of the two games, a 1-1 team and a 2-0 team. You guessed it. It's the Bills and Jags on Monday Night Football. And I'll tell you what, I want my MVP, and it's going to be a while looking at their schedule till I pick a different team over them. I love the Bills in this matchup, especially against a wide receiver one-less Jags, and a oddly kind of down year, it looks like, for Travis Etienne potentially. So I'm taking Bills in this one all the way. Let James cook.
James Cook was in the kitchen cooking up some pastries, and it was delicious to watch. It truly was. I don't think there's many people except for Jags fans who are like, yeah, Bills are losing to the Jags this week. I think the Bills are on a crazy hot streak.
In division
And
game.
it kind of, what's crazy about it is it's like the two
Or no,
rivals.
it's not in division. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's not in division. But what's crazy about it, it's the two rivals, and they're both 2-0 right now, like on a
No,
hot streak.
Jags are 1-1.
No, I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes and
Oh.
Josh Allen.
Oh.
And they're both, I think they're, if this continues, I think it's going to be like Bills are looking the best they've ever looked. Chiefs are looking the best they've ever looked. And that's, so I'm going Bills because I think that's how the story is going to play out. They're both going to look absolutely insane the entire year. And I think they're going to destroy the Jags.
No, I saw something interesting with this that I think is worth talking about. Obviously, Patrick had Tyreek early, right? And they won a Super Bowl with him, but he left. And it seems that Patrick only got better.
Yeah.
Josh Allen had Stephon Diggs. They did not win a Super Bowl, but they contended. And then Stephon left, and Josh Allen only looks better.
Yes, he only looks better. So
So,
hot, so sweaty. Oh my God.
so is this the year that they actually push? Could they contend if the Ravens, if I'm right, and the Ravens' confidence is waning and they make some mistakes, or they fall to maybe the Texans, oddly enough, in a playoff matchup? Are the Bills the team that goes toe to toe finally and gets the chance because their record is good enough down the stretch? They get a chance to not have to go through KC till the AFC division matchup. I know I'm looking way ahead. It's week 3 right now,
Yeah.
but I just can't. I don't see, if my prediction's right. I think the Bills are just going to roll through the season. So
I think
obviously,
so
I'm
too.
taking Bills. Are you taking Bills in this one?
Yeah, I'm
Obviously,
taking Bills. I mean, Josh is obviously trying to prove something with Stephon being gone. And I think
100%.
as of right now, he's doing a great job at that.
And it's this funny thing when you lose your number one receiver that's just bananas, all of a sudden your running back gets better.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of a sudden your running back gets better. Okay, now let's run through the rapid fire.
Well, now let's do dumpster bowl.
Dumpster bowl of the week. Let me see
I'm
here.
looking through these right now. I'm thinking Bears, Colts, Chargers, Steelers. I
Panthers,
first
Raiders, I think
when
is
I
gonna be
saw
the
Bears,
stinker.
Colts, the Colts are 0-2 right now. Even though like the first game they look fantastic, but actually
Yeah.
we could just stick it. We could just stick with the Panthers every single week. They're the stink bowl. All right, Panthers, Raiders. Who do you want? Who do you want and why?
Panthers, Raiders. I want Raiders in this one. Max Crosby, that offensive line for the Panthers, you experienced it in Madden, is just
did.
frightful. And so I'm gonna take the Raiders here, especially coming off of that big of a confidence boost, beating the Ravens, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way they lose to the Panthers. I'll take the Raiders in this game.
What the
It's
hell
gonna be a
happened?
silly one.
What the hell happened to Xavier Leggett? I don't think he caught a pass. I don't know.
I
Is
don't
he
think
hurt?
I don't think Bryce has enough time to look down the field. Is I
Yeah.
think the problem.
Bryce doesn't have enough time to throw the deep balls to a guy who could take the top off of the defense.
No.
They've countered Xavier's ability by just sacking him before he gets time to throw the ball.
So are
So
you going
yeah,
Raiders?
I think you have to when you look
Yeah.
at it. Just a crazy, amazing D line going up against one of the worst O lines in the league. I mean, you just have to go with that.
Okay. All right, now we'll get into a little bit more rapid fire. Chargers, Steelers here. Chargers 2-0, Steelers 2-0. One of these teams will come out with a loss. Who's it going to be?
I'm gonna go Chargers. I said Chargers take the win here.
I agree with you. I
Yeah,
think Chargers are coming out with
I
a
don't
win, and Steelers will be 2-1 coming out of week 3. Broncos, Buccaneers. Where are you going?
obviously Bucks.
Yeah, me too.
Obviously Bucks.
Okay, Eagles, Saints. This is a tough one for me. Obviously, we've been talking about the Saints. Just they look ridiculous. Alvin Kamara, Rashid Shaheed, Derek Carr's got his swag back. All 4 children and him. And then the Eagles, Saquon,
Jalen Hurts. So I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go Saints here.
Packers, Titans. You're asking for it, so you're going Titans.
Give me the man with the 8-inch hog.
Against the Titans, I think the Packers can pull this off. So I'm going to go Packers here. I'm contradicting you. All right, Giants, Browns now. Browns bounce back game. Giants might be on par for the worst team in the league. I'm going Browns here.
Give me the Giants.
Wow. You're Bears, Colts. I still don't think it's enough.
All that. Oh my God. All that just to go Colts, huh?
I still don't think it's enough. Just on the spectacular, I think can get the job done. So I'm going Colts.
I'm going Colts as well.
All right. Now we have Finns, Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks in this game.
Give me the Dolphins.
Ravens, Boys is our next game. Ravens, Cowboys.
And I think versus the Cowboys, where this is sort of like, oh, they're how the Ravens are looking right now, they're gonna lose. I think this is gonna be a bounce back. I think Lamar's gonna play great. I think Derek's production was higher than it was last week, so they're starting to give him the ball more. And Zay looked great as well.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think Micah is going to be coming out with a vengeance, and I'm gonna roll with my balls here, and I'm gonna go Cowboys. Lions, Cardinals. I'm taking Lions.
Give me the Cardinals.
This might be your worst week yet. Rams versus the 49ers. So I'm going
They lost
Niners here.
one Pro Bowler out of the 10 that they have. I'm going Niners.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. There's our week 3 predictions.
This is make or break. This is really going to set up like the scores. The scores are going to be offset after this week.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. If you pull off, if some of these upsets happen for you, you could be having a crazy good week. This week we were just so bad. We picked most of the teams. We picked most of the same teams, probably like most of the country here, and it did not work out for us. But we'll see what happens with the Falcons Eagles game. We both have the Eagles picked in that one.
Let's get into QB rankings. We're doing the rookies this week.
QB corner. In this segment, we rank the QBs that actually, rookie QBs that actually played this week, and then we do a power ranking for the top 10 quarterbacks in the league coming out of each week, not including Monday night because we filmed this on Sunday. Sorry about it, like my balls. So starting out with rookies here, we had Jaden Daniels in week 1 as the number 1, Caleb as the 2, Bo as 3, and then Drake is going to be there till he plays. So, who's your pick for S this year, this week? Where do you want to move? Who do you want to move?
We just watched him. Caleb looked fantastic. He was in that game with a top tier team, and he took some hits and he did a little bit of Superman action, but it wasn't crazy. And he really wanted to win that game, and he was looking fantastic. And when they tried to sack him and tackle him, he was resilient with that. I was so surprised how like strong he was not going down.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think really the only switch here is just Caleb goes to 1.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And Jaden goes to 2.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
It's gonna be a slow start for Bo. I still have yet to watch Jaden play, so Monday night will be my introduction to Jaden Daniels outside of college with real athletes on the field. So that'll be interesting. That'll be my introduction to him. But I was very surprised and pleased with the jump that Caleb made already in week 2.
Yeah. So this is the list going into week 2. These are the guys that we thought
going into week 3.
Going into week 3. Caleb
coming off week 2.
Coming off week 2. Caleb was the best. Had a hell of a showing for the
Now
rookies.
for the big boys, the big boys. We have to move. Okay, so starting off, let me read off what we've got. We had Josh Allen 1, Patrick 2, Lamar 3, CJ 4, Anthony Richardson 5, Tua 6, Jared Goff 7, Baker 8, Stafford 9, Carr 10. So I think obviously off rip, no funny. Tua has to go.
Yes, he does.
Tua
I'm
has
going
to
to
go.
avoid putting him in the D section.
Yeah. So Tua has to go, unfortunately, because he just didn't really play in the Bills Fins game.
Yeah.
Josh has to go down
Yep.
because he wasn't really a factor in that game. Like
Yeah.
he
That
was
was
good. He was good, but not great. So we'll put him there for now. He just has to go down for now.
yeah.
Um,
I didn't see Lamar's stats. I can search him. I
I
can look
think
him up.
Anthony Richardson slides off the mountain here, and I think Lamar has to slide down.
So we're taking him out of the list.
I think Anthony Richardson has to fall off the mountain with 3 picks, no touchdowns.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
Lamar slides down. We're keeping
Lamar
Patrick,
slides down.
obviously.
Yes, but he might go down.
Okay.
I would say, who do you think was the best quarterback for today? Who do you think played for this week? For week 2, who is the best quarterback? Let's start there.
Honestly, Kyler's in there. Kyler had a hell of a game.
He did have a hell of a game. 21 passes, though. I personally want to go Derek Carr was the best quarterback this week.
I was also going to say Derek. Read me Derek's stats.
DC went 11 for 16, 243, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, but was slinging it.
Yeah,
Like,
11 for 16, dude. That's insane. Yeah,
yeah, to
I'm
have
fine
that
with
sort of production
we'll put Derek up here for now.
for now, if we have to move him, we will, but I think he's got to go up. I
I think we do put Kyler on the list.
think Kyler's got to go on the list, and I think Sam might have to go on the list.
Oh, Darnold. Yeah. Is he even on here? Is that him?
Yes,
It is him.
it is him. Okay. So
Where do we want to put him?
does Goof stay in the top 10 or does he
No.
slide?
He was like 30 for 55 with
Yeah,
2
34
interceptions.
55 with 2 interceptions. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
he's out
slides
of here.
off.
Yeah.
He slides off. Put him in D.
D for now.
Yeah, just put him in D because when they slide off, it like Tua's out. We can put Richardson there too as guys that were on the list. Yeah, that's what we'll do. If they were on the list but they're not anymore, they slide to D.
Okay.
I want to put.
Lamar was all
Where does
right.
Joe go?
Oh, Joe Burrow. What do you have his stats?
I don't.
Because they had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Joe, 63% completion rating, 258 yards, 2 TDs, 0 interceptions. That's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. And what did Pat look like? He had 2 picks.
Oh yeah, he did have 2 picks, didn't
He
he?
had 2 picks. And I
Honestly,
don't think
I think Joe played better than Pat, didn't he?
I think so.
So we'll do okay. So now let's start moving them around here. So where do you
I think yeah, you can put Joe at the front of A, then Patrick behind him. And then where do we want to put CJ? Because he didn't have the points didn't show up, but he had a really good game.
Yeah, not a lot of mistakes. Honestly, because I mean, I can look up Kyler's stats, but I know he threw for like almost 300 yards.
He threw for 266, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I would put
We can put him over CJ.
Yeah, I'd put Kyler right there.
Okay.
And where do we want to put
like
Sam?
I kind of like it. Let's shift everyone down. Stafford falls out. So put him in D.
Mm-hmm.
I think Baker, what did Baker look like today? Because they beat the Lions.
He was
185,
1 TD, 1 interception.
One
though.
They did win. Let me see the list. I want to put Sam for sure above him.
Yeah.
I think we got to slide Josh down to B, but
Yeah,
the front
I
of
agree.
B. And then I think we got to put Lamar underneath Sam.
Sam Darnold went 268, 2 TDs, 1 interception.
Yeah, 65%. Show me what Aaron Rodgers did.
167, 2 TDs, 0 interceptions.
I think that's better than Baker.
Yeah, that is better than Baker. So Baker slides off. Wait, how
Just
many
to
is that? One?
see. Just to see. Because that's
No,
10.
so we have So Aaron comes in.
Yeah,
Are
Aaron.
we forgetting anyone?
I don't think Glock had a crazy game, but we can look.
Oh yeah, no, I already know he didn't.
Dak didn't play
Oh
that
my
well.
God. He had
Okay.
319 yards, a TD, and an interception.
So maybe Baker falls off.
Yeah, we have to. Oh, he only got me 18 points. He threw for 319.
Yeah, but he didn't have any. He had one touchdown though.
Yeah, but I think we got to put Glock Purdy in there.
No, I know. I mean for your fantasy thing.
Oh yeah.
Glock is behind your head.
So
So
we'll put
Baker falls off. I think, yeah, and then no, put Brock in C because they still lost.
Yeah, they still lost. Who else?
I don't hate that. Don't hate it.
Honestly, though, but I mean, Lamar lost, and he has worse stats than Glock. So do we do this? Do we put him both C?
Yeah. I don't hate that.
Winner's circle, except for Joe Burrow, just because he had a great game.
I don't hate that. I feel like Kyler had a better game statistically than Joe, and he won.
Yeah, but he was playing Patrick Mahomes.
That's true. The level of difficulty was different.
Yeah, 266, 3 TDs.
Mhm.
That is pretty damn good. But I think he's pretty high up right now.
Yeah. Okay, so Derek Carr was the best quarterback in week 2.
Yeah, wow factor. You got to apply wow factor as well. Okay, when you put wow factor into this, Derek Carr wowed us. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Derek
yeah.
and Joe, for me, those were my takeaways of two dudes that I was like, wow. Like they went crazy.
Two dudes.
Yeah, two dudes that, made me want to take my pants off.
I think honorable mention could be Justin Herbert potentially.
Oh yeah, I
Because
forgot about old
they
Justin.
kind of beat the pulp out of the Panthers 26-3, but he did throw a pick. But I would put him in honorable mention, like the front of honorable mention. He was like 2 something in a
132 TDs.
yeah,
132
TDs.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
would
It's
say
all just honorable mention.
yeah, I would say honorable mention. I would put him underneath Goff even because Goff still threw for 309,
Yeah.
but better than the rest of those guys.
All right.
I would wait, put Baker just behind Justin. Or no, put him in front. Yeah, put him in front. Actually, Baker can go to the front of that list because he won, but it just wasn't great. Yeah, there. Hey, yep. All right. So there's our top 10 of the best quarterbacks in week 2, heading into week 3. Number 1, Derek Carr. Derek Carr, number 1 quarterback.
Think about the wow factor.
Think about the wow factor. 2, Joe Burrow, even though he lost, he arguably played better than Patrick without the interceptions. Patrick is at 3. Kyler Murray at 4. CJ Stroud at 5. Josh Burrow. Josh Allen at 6. And then Sam Darnold at 7. Aaron Rodgers at 8. Glock at 9. And Lamar at 10. Our honorable mentions are, as you can see at the bottom there, along with some guys that just strictly fell off the list. So we'll see how things come out at the end of week 3.
A lot of changes this week. A lot of changes.
A lot of changes this week. A lot of guys that just jumped on the list here. Shout out Sam. I love seeing Sam Darnold this high. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
There's something about it that just makes my heart warm.
Yeah, it makes my blood hot.
And shout out Derek Carr, man.
Yeah, shout out Derek.
So sick. That offense looks so sick, and that defense looks great too.
Yeah,
man.
They got a squad with him. They
got a squad with him. Alvin Kamara looks nasty too, as long as he stays out of law enforcement trouble. All right, guys, there it is. There's the show. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Devin. That is Zane. And of course, this is Buffet Sports. If you want to be a part of the show, go ahead and leave us a comment down below. If it's good enough, we'll loot it. You guys sucked this week in the comments. That's why we didn't do it this week. And while you're down there, go ahead and like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't. We're on our way to our first 1,000 subscribers. We're less than 300 there. So do it. Click the button. Ciao. This is Buffet Sports. It's all you can eat.
Ka-chow.
All the things. All the things. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow.